Museveni's perception of the Afghan crisis as a profit venture is itself a sign of political and social immorality. Amin'S son blasts Museveni for profiteering in Afghan crisis. Hello and a very warm welcome. Thanks for joining us live on Projan Media TV. Idi Amini Dada's son says the implications behind the New Vision headline are a bit disturbing. In fact, it reminds him that the so-called Ugandan democracy was already sold a long time ago to the interfering foreign interests of the international donors who fund it. Local political party leaders would easily remain mute rather than antagonize their foreign sources of income by complaining about this mercantile perspective on a serious humanitarian matter. This comes out recently due to the New Vision headline that insinuates Uganda's profiteering from a humanitarian crisis that read saying Uganda gains from hosting Afghans. And the donors themselves must have been shocked to read this and could have wondered out loud who is the idiot saying this publicly. Idi Amin Dada's son continued saying, I'll give the reason for this probable astonishment shortly. What is clear is that someone could be trying to package their financial deals on refugees as something that benefits the people of Uganda, when in reality the vast majority will never see a single coin or tangible coin from all these political financial scams using their country's name, territory, and resources while still pretending to help refugees. Let it be clear that given our political situation, particularly the grave human rights violations since the 2016 Kasese massacre, the Arua debacle of 2018, the killings of 50 innocent civilians last November 2020, and arrest of thousands of youths for political reasons, plus the dark reign of terror before, during, and after the January 2021 elections. Bloodbaths which could even cause the Taliban to cling on a Uganda Airlines plane tires and Entebbe airport as to escape the dark days of today's state-orchestrated era in Uganda. It is obvious that while there are serious concerns about the current situation in Kabul, rewarding Tehran in Africa with praise and refugee deals is not the sensible solution that the victims of all this violence in Uganda were expecting from President Joe Biden. Meanwhile, from a criminal investigator's perspective, this simple New Vision headline here exposes a dangerous human trafficker mentality which simply seeks to profiteer from human suffering and simultaneously extort money from equally guilty international financiers in the name of the victims, all while masquerading as a world-renowned benefactor and good Samaritan. He continued saying that for some of us whose vision is shared between what the eyes can see and what the mind can tell, besides the fact that this headline is directly confirming the intent of financial gain from war and its humanitarian crisis, therefore before admitting that there is a compelling motive and macabre commercial incentive to initiate and perpetuate deadly conflicts rather than genuinely strive to establish permanent regional peace, for example. Even God Almighty knows that Okulembeka on the suffering of mankind like scavenging hyenas cannot be human government of Uganda behavior. And he'd rather stop fronting Uganda as a refugee destination so as to discourage abuse of the country's open door policy, which started way back during World War II with the Eastern Europeans hosted in East Africa. Then the first Rwanda genocide in 1956, followed by the chaos in neighboring Congo after the assassination of African independence hero Patrice Lumumba in 1960. And even the conflict in South Sudan, which escalated gravely in the late 1950s, forcing Uganda to take in the resulting refugees but also negotiate Sudan's first peace agreement in 1974. This extensive history of helping refugees should not be taken for granted or abused by countries who don't want refugees on their soil, but are quick to summarily bomb entire overseas regions while gloating behind fancy sunglasses about obliterating innocent men women and children with 50 cal multiple barrel Gatling guns, Hellfire missiles, and the infamous G-Dam, mother of all bombs, causing over 150,000 civilian deaths without flinching. A heartless warmongering mentality, which is the real problem that needs to be publicly addressed at the international level by mankind for mankind, because while the coalition is in a position to fear the possible blowback from all the heinous actions in the last 20 years in Afghanistan and other countries they are still looking at, the next war that they want to wage, and clearly never factoring in the refugee burden they cause around the world. This is what Uganda should be discussing on the international stage rather than maliciously remaining silent in our leadership myopia of only seeing how to unscrupulously profiteer from refugee funding. And this bigger discussion should be tabled now, that international coalition forces are themselves using an excuse for retreat, the saying that military means cannot solve political problems. The same cannot be said, or the same can be said about gaining from refugees. These are the words from Mr. Hussein Lumumba Amin, the son to Idi Amin Dada. Well, that is it for now. Thanks for watching Projan Media TV, and we'll keep on updating with more of this. Kindly do one thing: subscribe and turn on the notification button. All these updates will come to you in time. Once again, thanks for watching Projan Media TV.